We're sitting down with Patrick Van Horn, the founder and CEO of the CP Journal and co-author of Left of Bang, How the Marine Corps Combat Hunter Program Can Save Your Life. So you talked about what it means to know what to look for. Talk a little bit more about what you referred to before as knowing how to observe.
When it comes to knowing how to observe, we teach a very structured and systematic process that we want someone to go through when they're observing their surroundings. That process is baseline plus anomaly equals decision. The anomaly is the thing that we are trying to find. It is the attacker, it is the criminal, it is the terrorist. We know that when a person perceives a stress or perceives a threat, their brain, their limbic system will initiate the freeze, flight, or fight response. And when that body initiates that response, it is going to cause and drive the behaviors that are going to allow us to observe that attacker and begin to cause them to stand out from the crowd. But to be an anomaly, that's a relative term, isn't it? To stand out, you have to stand out from something. That something is the baseline. When it comes to the process for how we're going to observe, we really have to start by understanding how we establish a baseline for the area, which is really just what's normal for the person or the group or the situation, whatever it is that we're observing. We teach our students to go through, ask themselves 3 questions as they're establishing the baseline so they can do it the same way and systematically each and every single time. The first question that they should ask themselves is just what's going on here. By looking at each of the behaviors that we talk about in the book or in one of our training seminars, identifying the normal baseline behavior for individuals, groups, the environment, and the collective. Once we know what's normal, we ask ourselves the second question. What would make someone stand out? If you were a terrorist or an attacker or a criminal, how would you be behaving? Where would you conduct surveillance from? What type of behavior and cues might you give off if you were trying to probe our defenses or reveal our security procedures? If you're about to launch an attack, what sort of behavior would we be looking for in your actual approach when you're about to launch that attack? So by asking ourselves what would make someone stand out from the crowd, begin to mentally focus and really look for those exact cues that are going to cause someone to stand out. It allows us to begin looking for and be ready for those specific indicators. The third question that we ask ourselves is, what would I do about it? And so by thinking about what's normal and by thinking about what would make someone stand out and thinking about the specific behaviors that would reveal themselves, we can prepare ourselves to just respond right away without hesitating, without wasting any sort of time. Knowing that there might only be a few seconds in between recognition and when an attack might occur, we have to be ready to act immediately without any sort of hesitation. So by talking about how we should observe an area, we put it into the structure of baseline plus anomaly equals decision, and then within that baseline, just asking ourselves, what's going on here? What's normal, what would make someone stand out, and what will we do about it once we do recognize one of those behaviors that we're looking for.